Hey guys, so we're going to create an impressionist picture by following a step-by-step and then coloring with brush markers. So first thing I'm going to do is just check out my step-by-step. We're going to go for the Japanese bridge Claude Monet painting. And you can see I've simplified it so that each step you're adding a little more to create the picture. So, step one, you just start with the basic arches of the bridge. Step two, you're going to create the 5 beams across the bridge and the middle arch. I'm drawing softly with a pencil so that if I make a mistake or I want to change something, I can easily do that. Okay, step 3, I'm going to start blocking in these areas of lily pads. They're so complex that you might think, oh, I can't do that, it's too much. But if you just think about it as simple shapes, blobs, that you're adding to, it's not going to be as hard. So in this step 3, I just have 2 of the larger lily pad blobs. Remember, if they're at the bottom of the page closer to us in the foreground, that's going to be our bigger areas, and as we go back they're going to get smaller. So here in step 4 you're going to make some smaller lily pad sections as you go back on the page. Okay, in step 5 you're going to have the kind of place where the water ends and we start to see these kind of bushes, and we'll see some of the actual like lily pad like leaves coming up. So a little bit over here. Kind of do this with zigzag lines for like grass. Okay. Step 6, bringing in some of these hanging, looks like a weeping willow tree with some of the branches hanging down. Okay, in step 7, we're adding in some of these big tree shapes behind the bridge. So we see kind of like these 3 main trees. There, there, and there. Alright, and in the last step we're going to add some little lily pad flowers like that are all over here, and a little bit of detailing on this background grass. So a little bit here, and then just tons of little flowers that we can go when we do the coloring step. Okay, so there's my basic Japanese style bridge. I'm going to look at the colors up close one more time. Okay, so a lot of greens, then we've got blues, yellows, and then for the flowers, little accents of pink. So a lot of colors going on. So we're going to use these brush markers. If you don't have them, you can try other kinds of markers, but these are cool because the tips are actually like a little brush. Now that means you're going to need to be very careful with them don't ever paint or draw by pushing the end in. We want it to stay like a brush. So you're going to pull the marker. Never color in like you're using a crayon, because we want those tips to stay nice and pointy. Okay, so just like Impressionists, I want to use lots of quick brush strokes. My first thing I want to do is kind of strengthen my line for those bridge parts, and I can see that they are blue. So I'm going to use my dark blue and just gently make some of that line. So you see how I'm pulling the brush so it's not being pushed down, the tip stays nice and pointy. And be very careful when you put it back in that you don't shove it into the side and mess up the tip that way either. So I didn't finish it all in with that blue. Okay, so it's not going to be perfectly filled in like you would do if you were outlining. Okay. Now there are some accents of yellow in my bridge too. Now something to keep in mind for the yellow or the light colors, try not to go over the dark colors with them, because see there, I got a little blue coming in on that. If you put the light colors on top of the dark colors, you will get the pen will end up with the light colored, the wrong colored ink on it. So try to do the light colors first. I should have done that. In fact, I'll do that now. I'm going to use yellow. I'm going to go around my whole picture, and anywhere I think there should be yellow, I'm going to do that first. So that's what we're going to do from now on. Anytime you want to use the light color, you put the strokes of it first. So there's some in the trees. Oh, this tree has quite a lot right here. You see how I'm using it like it's a paintbrush? I'm not pushing down, I'm wiping with it. A little bit here. What else has yellow in the water? Some of these lily pads. Yellow. I want all the yellow down so I don't have to use my yellow brush again, because again I could mess up the brush by getting the wrong color ink on it, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to save the dark inks for last. So we've learned something here. Dark inks go last, light ink goes first. Okay, I've got my yellow all over the place. So now I'm going to take my medium green, my yellowy green, because it's lighter than the dark colors. And I'm going to pretty much do what I did with the yellow, but now with the light green. So where I see light green, then I'm going to start filling it in. It's okay if it goes over the yellow a little bit, because it's darker than yellow, so it won't hurt anything. Just like I'm painting. Lots of little brush strokes. Gently all over my picture, where it needs to be light green. Here, some there. Okay. I'm going to come back in with the darker colors. Just want these light colors in there first. Oh, all these bushes have light green. All up in here. Some back here. Okay. Now before I move on to my darker green, I'm going to go with the pinks, because it's going to be lighter. So we're doing lighter colors first. So all my little flowers that need to be pink. Maybe a little bit of this pink too on some of them. Okay. Alright, now time for dark green. So anywhere where the green gets darker, filling that in. This tree back here has a lot of dark green. It's okay if it covers up some of our lighter colors. You just don't want to completely cover it up. Just put it where it needs to go. Some right here. Here, go around your flowers. Where else? We got dark right in here. So I'm going so gentle and wiping with it. Never pushing it down, messing up the tip. Okay. A little bit of dark in here, I think, too. Alright. So now I'm going to jump to the black. There are some black parts. This part of the water. Back here behind the bridge. This water down here. And right here. Okay. Now there is some blue kind of sneaking into some of these lily pads. Back here too. Alright. And then now that I've done through my lighter colors, I can get my dark colors back out. So this dark blue, a little more on the bridge to make it stand out. Alright, and finally, without messing up my colors too bad, I'm going to fill in a little more of this light green where I kind of missed some. It's okay if there's white in your picture. Remember, the Impressionists really loved using light, so the white can be part of it. But it's not all going to be white. Okay. So, an Impressionist style marker drawing based on a step-by-step using brush pens. Bye guys, have fun.